Welcome to the show that brings you the latest news, tips, and strategies, so your business can stay ahead of the curve.
It's a trash commodity. It just is. I don't care what they say. It's a waste of time.
We'll talk about the best commodities to trade, the most profitable routes to haul cargo, and the latest strategies for maximizing your profits. So whether you're a seasoned trader or starting your business, we've got something for you on Bullish.
This is hands down the most profitable way to make aUEC, not just in hauling, but against anything out there today. It's the best.
Get ready to embark on a journey from starry trade routes to lucrative ventures, where intergalactic entrepreneurs thrive in the world of interstellar commerce, navigating the waves of knowledge and opportunity. And now, the man that's always grabbing the market by the horns, your host Sandy Claus.
Good evening, Stan. This is Bullish, your one-stop shop for all things cargo hauling, commodities, and trading. If you can throw it in the back of a ship and sell it, we will talk about it. I, of course, am your conductor of cargo, the hauler's hero, the sage of getting paid, the prophet, your personal prophet of profits, Sandy Claus. We are broadcasting from the 47th floor of the Waytech Tower right here in Central Area 18, and now syndicated through the People's Radio as far out as Nick's. Love you guys, Nick's. Hope you're doing great. You and I, though, have some serious business to discuss today. I'm talking about serious. We're going to talk about the hidden gem of making massive, and I mean hand over fist, massive profits. Unbelievable profits. Of course, we also need to talk about the whole C, and it's very important about that. But today, this topic blows any news of Whole C out of the water. So please sit back, open your ears, put your ships on cruise control, and pay attention, because today I'm going to help you grow your company exponentially. I'm talking about millions of credits.
Attention, would Thomas Higashi please report to the recovery ward nurse station? Thomas Higashi.
Hi, it's Felicity from Dusty Skies and Dragonflies. Many of you don't know that before I was a touring singer-songwriter, I was a paramedic. So I'm very happy Anvil Aerospace introduced the C8R Pisces. I can tell you from experience that it will save countless lives in the verse.
Above.
Okay, let's jump right into it. Okay, let's just jump in. This might be a quicker one of some of our previous shows, but today I just want to get this news out there as soon as possible, help you guys out, and have you start turning your ships around and making that money. Okay, usually we talk about cargo hauling. Usually some sort of a contract with somebody else to move their goods for them, or maybe you on your own are a day trader, buying here, selling, buying low, selling high at another place. That's all great. But this, we're actually going to talk about a third-party contracts. And I know it's going to sound weird and like this, how can you make money as a third party? Usually by then, the profits have been cut, and you're just getting the scraps. But I'm telling you about Salvage. Now, don't start throwing stuff at your screens. Don't turn your mobile glasses off. I'm telling you, Salvage. And I'm not talking about actually being out there salvaging. If you happen to have a company that also salvages, or you know some people who do have a salvage company, great. I personally do have a side business that employs a vulture, and we go out and do some salvaging. Great missions, great rewards, and it's a very rewarding occupation, and you can consistently make a full vulture, sell the RMC, your recycled material stuff. You can consistently sell a full vulture at about $100K. So, I mean, it's a decent living, consistent profits. You're not going to get highs, not getting lows. You can sell it anywhere you want, and it's always going to be, each SU box is about 7.7 or 7,700 per SEU box. But it's not the salvaging that I'm actually talking about today. What I'm referencing is actually the cleanup behind it. And when you buy your salvaging rights, you get everything on that ship. So the company you want to go with is Adagio. Adagio Holdings is actually the company that will actually sell you the rights to the salvaging. And it can be anything from a ship crashed, war, got into a fight, whatever it is that they bought these rights, they now subcontracted out to you, your salvage companies, to go clean up the messes and, chew up these ships and send them out. But here's the hidden gem. Pay attention. Here we go. It's the cargo inside these ships. That's where you can make your extra money. Yeah, bring your Vulture, bring a Hull A, bring a C2 if you got one. Go out there with both ships and chew it up. Do your contract, right? Get your 100K right there from the Vulture. No big deal. But inside those ships, you got to check. Even if you're scanning them, sometimes if you have to get out of your Vulture or your Hull A, go open up the ramps with these broken down wreckages and actually check to make sure there's something in there. Because the scanner sometimes can play tricks on you. But what we have found in there are some really great stuff to sell on the side. And it's all legal. I know there's some other missions out there where people are doing some shadier salvage stuff, as we can say. And those things that you find in the back of there, you might have to sell at some of your more less than legal, no questions asked type terminals. But for here, all the cargo you find in there and all these salvage mission contracts is legal, which means you get full price when you sell these at any ASOP terminal on any station. Go to Lorville, go to New Babbage, Orison, doesn't matter. Bajini Point, it doesn't matter. You can sell it there. And I'm talking about we've found stuff like Bexolite, Terranite, Titanium, Bexolite, Beryl, Gold. You name it, we found them in there. And so that's just additional profit on top of your contract, right? And you own the right. So you can take as long as you want to salvage it. There's no rush. No one's coming behind you. You purchased your rights for this salvage through Adagio's. It's actually technically Adagio Rights Division, which is a department of, or division, I guess you can say, of Adagio Holdings. So how much and how do you buy these things? So if you own a Mobilglass, which you should, open it up. And if you go into some of those contracts that are available under these salvage contracts, you'll see, and you have to build up a little bit of a reputation with Adagio before they give you some of the bigger contracts, but you have to pay up front. So what that means is basically for these beginner level starter salvage mission contracts, you have to pay about $5,000. So $5,000 upfront costs. Because on the backside, you should strip it down with a Vulture and make $100K, right? So really good profit. It's easy. It's a good upfront investment. No big deal. But again, so once you build up some there, you go from 5,000. Some of the bigger ones go into 10,000, 20,000. And what we're really going to talk about today is those $50,000 contracts. You need to get those. Specifically of those, anything, if you ever find any wreckages or missions available for Hammerheads or any Hercules or Caterpillar, right? Those C2s, M2s, A2s, Caterpillars, all those, grab those. Now, yeah, you should, in theory also, if you don't have a Vulture and can't actually salvage, you can now subcontract it out again to a salvage company, but you want to make sure to go check the cargo first. Fly out there to these places, check the cargo, and take all of that out before you start doing the salvage side of it. So yeah, you do have to do there is an upfront cost, and sometimes it's not great. Your hull, you open it up, there's one or two things in there. Sometimes they're empty, but I can tell you for the most part, those big Hercules are always going to have something in there, right? Very rarely are these ships flying around and not have some sort of cargo in the back. All right. So get those salvage mission contracts, go out there, check the cargo. Now, I'm also going to talk to my less than shadier, less than right side of the law people. Some of these C2s and M2s may have illicit goods inside of them, some vices, whether that is Truitoxin, which I probably didn't say correctly, some maize, distilled spirits, that type of stuff in the back. If you happen across one of these ships that have them in the back and you load up on them, you can go and sell them at wherever you want to sell them at. Reclamation on Hurston, Brios, those type of places that maybe have some no questions asked type policies. And you can make quite a bit off of these. I won't sell myself out at all, but I will say hypothetically, we may have seen an M2 with enough maize and stuff into it that once it was sold, could have probably, we hypothetically, don't want to run into Hurston security, anybody saying that I did anything illegal. I didn't do it. Hypothetically made almost 12 million just selling the cargo alone without even touching the Vulture and salvaging the ship. So yeah, there are tons of profit to be made on the third party contracts from the salvaging. Again, go into your mobiGlas, go to the contracts, pick you up a salvage contract, work your way up to the Hercules, Caterpillar, Hammerhead type contracts. Get those. Fly out there with your, I would suggest going with a Hercules yourself, because some of these, you're going to need the space for it. Anything that can take up to a 32 SU box, because some of those are in the back of these Hercules. And pull them in. Sell your stuff, salvage your stuff, complete your contract. I'm telling you, this is the best way right now to make the most credits fast. All right. I'm talking about an hour's worth of time and raking in millions of credits.
From our origins in the North Block of New Junction on Low in the Coral System to our recently opened flagship store at Orison and Stanton, Cousin Crow's Custom Craft have seen it all. We first made headlines around the verse in 2942 when we modified an old Genesis Starliner into the ultimate party ship. Not long after, Drake Interplanetary partnered with us to create the Kraken Privateer, and in 2944 Crusader Industries called upon us to offer customer-specified official conversions for branded Starliners, offering a wide selection of component upgrades as well as our Galaxy-famous custom paint jobs. Cousin Crows can upgrade ships and vehicles of any size or shape. If you're bored with the mundane, then come to us and change your game. We've come a long way since those early days in North Block, but we like August, Dumbo, and Crusader, never forgotten where we came from. Fly with flair and flavor, whether it's your transport or your home. We have everything you need to make your ship or vehicle truly your own. Cousin Crows is located on Orison's Providence Industrial Platform in the atmosphere of Crusader in the Stanton system. So come on down and watch us in action. Cousin Crows, so much fun. It shouldn't be illegal.
All right. I hope each and every one of you has the opportunity to go out there and make credits. I hope today's Bullish episode was beneficial for you and your company. Anything I can do to help you and your company succeed, grow, develop, diversify, expand, that's what I'm here for. I am your prophet of profits, your cargo czar, your hauler's hero, Santa Claus, and I will check you guys out around the verse next time right here on Bullish.